Yay.
Okay. Simplify does not, okay, we're done with our little fun things. Simplify does not mean press the button and get 4.7832566655. Simplify means the following. Simplify means the following. The square root of 20. We all know our perfect squares. 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9. We know that. What simplify means is make it square root of 4, square root of 5. First step, they both have hats on. Square root of 4 becomes regular 2, square root of 5. You have done this for a number of years. If you type in an answer 4.4, you get 0 partial credit. It's just wrong, wrong, wrong. You know that. Variables are easy when they are even numbers. When they are even numbers, they're easy because you just end up taking half of it. It's just x to the third. Because x to the third times x to the third, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Well, look at that, there's 6 x's. All right. Or the rule of multiplying exponents is to add the 3 and the 3. All right, so let me show you a difference here. Let me show you, wait, first of all, let me do this one. And then when you have a variable that is odd,
please report to the main gym. Tri-M, Mountain Biking, Smash Brothers Club, Turning Point Club.
did anyone at the very start of the day when they did the announcement sound like they're from outer space? Oh, that was so neat. I wish they hadn't fixed it. Anytime it is an odd, what you do is just make it one less. Is just x, 6 and x. Just make it one less. And then the answer becomes x cubed root x, like that. And then they might be combined and stuff together. So that is one of the first objectives of this test, which does not have a whole lot of material to it because we got here near the end of the trimester. We had a couple of snow days. I think something else happened. Was the music fest during this? Or I mean, we've got a little bit behind, but we're okay. All right. The next kind, which I now want to go over, I've not gone over with you in person, in radical form. It seems to me I've talked about this once or twice. In person, I've talked about it once or twice. That is the same thing. That is the same thing as the square root of x. Now, you could certainly put a 1 here, it's not needed. And you could certainly put a 2 here, it's not needed. But that's why those two things are the same thing. That's why those two things are the same thing. Getting a little bit tougher. Let's do x to the negative 1/4. Negative exponents need to be moved from the numerator to the denominator or denominator to numerator. They need to be moved from one to the other to make the exponent positive. This is really, and I'm going to erase it as soon as I write it, this is really that. So our first thing is to write this as 1 over x to the positive 1/4. And now to express in radicals, which is square root signs, basically is just like that. Exponents that are negative need to be moved from numerator to denominator or denominator to numerator. And then we want to express as exponential. That's a cool. That says exponential, EX. Supposed to be one word. So we're going to take ones that are already in the radical form, which is the square root form. So I'm going to look at one like the fifth root of, and that is the same. That is the same z's as x to the sixth over 5. That's the same as that. Now, I'm going to make it a little more difficult. Seven k to the 3 halves, power like that. Now this is weird. When we want them in exponential form, we don't want an extra fraction. So in this case, and now this is going to be weird, we want to give the final answer as move it back up like that. So when we want it in exponential form, we don't want an additional fraction. We will accept the square root. And I think when you do enough practice on that, it'll make enough sense, I hope. I'll look over here for a minute. There's a lot of you. Last year I had a class with 43 kids in it. We had a whole nother row. And I think I need to stop and start a new video because I have a 10-minute limit.